Oh, there's an auto stop feature now? I'm sorry. I'm getting way too into this.
We're live. We're officially live.
What do you think when the stop streaming
Well,
button shows up?
Okay.
I can't stop what I haven't started, so we're live.
Okay, but it looks like, I don't know, it just looks like something's wrong and I'm scared.
It does look like something's gone horribly wrong.
Are you checking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of me hopes that's how it looks. The other part of me is like, I'm currently in a remix right now.
Yeah, this might not work.
Oh, yeah, no, that's... Guys, I know this is gonna sound bad. Just give me a second.
Oh, okay, wait, one is working.
No, that's not a mic, Mom.
Oh, it's not?
This audio is gonna sound like shit. But I'm dealing with some real man. This is really on topic. Oh, hey, one of the mics is working now. Okay, mics are back. My trick worked.
Okay.
You stop looking at the podcast now.
I'm
you
just
need to do it instead of watching nothing.
I'm trying.
You sacks of garbage.
It's...
The audio's fine.
Yeah, but you're echoing a lot.
It's because I'm yelling! I'm going to confiscate your phone.
Okay. All right.
Hi, Jen.
So should we...
Chaos.
Chaos
reigns.
Stop it. So, okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Hello and welcome to the podcast that sucks.
All right.
So our video's screwed up, our mic's screwed up.
So this is funny enough. This is on topic for today. Yeah, so as you guys saw by the title, we actually have a topic today.
And I don't know what it is. As of right now, I have no clue. I was actually going to open with a few things, but I guess we won't.
Because that'll ruin everything. Anyway.
Oh, I can't do that?
No. Anyway, so listen.
I feel like we should address the sub.
No, we shouldn't. Anyway.
They were stupid for going down there, I'm just saying.
The sub right now, Jen Bacon. Anyway, so.
Hi, Jen.
Basically, what the thought process that got me to this topic For those of you who don't know, I recently flipped a vehicle, which I was, I was having a good day. I just got a new job. I had a bright, smile on my face, and then the 295 on ramp decided to ruin everything.
It was actually the off ramp. But whatever.
And it's funny because in that moment, all I could think to myself was, what did I do to deserve this? My happiness was a front to God, and he had to make sure that I was no longer happy. So we're going to discuss moments in which your happiness was a front to God, and everything just, you were so happy, and then everything went so horribly wrong all at once.
Maybe you should have given me a heads up. Because I
maybe you were at Disney and then someone walked up and just slapped the shit out of someone right in front of you, and they had the audacity to do that at Disney.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's definitely been a fist fight at Disney. You just don't know about it. No one dies on Disney property. Anyway, so
I mean, I don't have anything for this
You
topic.
don't have anything where you were suddenly upset.
I can't just come up with something like that. I don't know.
How
This has been, the past 2 weeks have been like ridiculous, first of all.
Oh, really?
Stop yelling, you're blowing out the mic.
It's almost like that's on topic. Oh, like 2 seconds ago when we were like, oh, wow, we got this new camera. It's working really well. And then everything broke.
I know it, but I don't care that much. I'm Gen X. We don't give a shit. Gen X does not give a shit.
The whole
Okay.
point is that that moment was on brand. Even if it doesn't necessarily.
It didn't destroy my life. We just switched it out, and it was all good.
It's called being over dramatic. Damn. Does anyone what the? What am I working with?
I don't know.
Be entertaining.
But how was this? How?
Pull someone.
So what is the actual topic? Moments that destroyed our lives? Like I don't understand.
Or other people's lives. I can think of a submarine.
I mean, the sub. That kind of destroyed lives.
Their happiness was a front to God.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's almost like I can't.
Okay. No matter what first of all, 5 people lost their lives. Okay. So that's very sad for their families and all of that. And I get that. But why did you think it was a good idea to get in basically just a tube and travel 2 miles under the sea? Like, look, I'm telling you, Sebastian is not there singing to you,
oh my God,
serenading you.
You're just talking about all this with no context.
Under the
There's
sea.
no context. No one.
Under the
You've
sea.
lost everyone that you wanted to, and now you've gotten us copyright claimed.
I doubt that.
No, I would not be surprised if Miley Cyrus, for literally just going, if that was enough to get someone copyright claimed, then Disney sure as hell will
Okay,
do.
well, they can have it.
Anyway,
we're not monetized. What do I care?
The point that I was trying to make was no one here knows what the hell you're talking about. You just said, first of all, why would you get in a tube and then die?
Everybody knows. Everybody's been
Not
attached.
everybody. No.
Okay, well then, do you want to
knows.
tell the story?
It's too late now. It's just.
What do you
you're
mean it's
ruining
too late
my
now?
life.
I don't understand you right now.
I just want you to come up with some stories about people's lives going to hell. Look, okay, I've got one. Not even for my own life, but I can tell it like it is. So
I mean, had you
There was
brought
one
this up
day-
ahead of time, I might have been able to come up with something.
All we do here is improv, and you couldn't make one thing about how someone got sad happen. That is the most general.
Okay, well,
I had a peanut butter sandwich and they forgot the jelly.
okay, that's not
That simple.
but that's not tragic enough for me. I like subs. Subs that are
You're a
going
hoagie, damn it.
subs that are headed to the Titanic that implode after an hour and 45 minutes. And why would you pay $250,000 to do that?
I'm going to scream.
Nobody told them it was a one-way trip. Pretty sure they wouldn't have gone if they knew that would happen.
I'm going to scream. So, for example,
At least they didn't suffocate to death. They were just blown to bits.
there was a man that I can think of whose happiness was definitely a affront to God. His name was Troy. And Troy got attacked by a bear and lived to tell the tale without, like, pretty much no scratch. He didn't get, like, attacked super viciously, surprisingly. He just stood his ground and this bear backed off. Now, most people would see that and be like, wow, I'm never going near a tree ever again. Fuck that. Troy looked at that and was like, I gotta make sure other people are protected from bears. And so he went on to create many suits of bear armor. And he was about ready to finish the whole project when he suddenly, I think he died of a heart attack or something like that. But clearly God was like, you are a little too happy, and that's a affront to me. The whole that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. I would have gone into a little more depth, but that's a really old story that I feel like a lot of people probably have heard. Whereas what you brought up
I've never heard it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's almost like you saw the same thing could have happened with the submarine that you brought up. That happened 2 days ago. That's new. I brought up something from like 5 years ago and you didn't know what it was.
Okay.
You had more time and you think people know about this submarine BS?
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of people know.
You think a lot of people know? Yeah, Facebook.
And YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube videos.
Only NBC. Anyway,
no, it's
continue.
like everybody. You kidding me? But yeah, Titanic still killing rich people after 111 years.
Can you just come up with something on this one?
like what though?
I just
The
gave
only
you
thing-
like 4 examples.
What, the sub?
I flipped a truck, people died in a submarine, and Troy never got to finish his bear armor fantasy.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, Troy was a sweet guy.
Well, you know.
Alright.
I don't know.
All right, I will extend the topic. If you can come up with Miku,
It's fine.
I'm going to clip your nails. If you can come up with things that are also where your happiness was, I guess, endured by God would be the opposite here. You just had the greatest moments of your life, or someone else did some crazy awesome thing that you're like, that's probably a highlight for them.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Just anything. You've been married 3 times and none of those were a highlight? Are you kidding me right now?
What is this?
What?
What is this even about? I don't even understand the topic.
This started with, I've given many examples at this point. But
yeah, and I was talking about the sub, but you keep cutting me off and talking about bears. I'm talking about the sub. Like, I would love to just go on a rant about these rich people spending
there's
$250,000.
You've said everything there is to talk about the sub.
But you have this much money? Who has this much money?
A lot of people. A lot of people have that much money.
Really?
Go cry about it. Yeah, you watch them on TV all the time.
Stop yelling.
Oh, that many people. How many actors have you seen?
Okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Now, can we?
Okay, they're just not all as stupid as that to pay to die.
Yeah, other of them commit war crimes. Can we?
I mean, I don't know what else you want me to talk about. This podcast sucks.
I feel like there's gonna be one listener out there who made it.
Look,
who made it to the sentence was affront. My happiness was affront to God, and they immediately knew where it was supposed to go. Anyway.
Well, if you have something to bring up, bring it up. You're killing me.
I was hoping this would be free-form discussion, because you can pull from your own life.
But I don't have, like I said, if you had given me the topic ahead of time and gave me time to think about it, I don't know. I mean, you're talking about rolling your truck and like what? Right. So I'm supposed to bring up like disastrous stories because that's what. But I don't want to bring up disastrous stories.
You wanted to start this podcast with 5 people dying.
Yeah, because I had a rant about it.
All right, so I've got another.
But I don't want to bring up. Right. Well, this person crashed the car into a telephone pole, and how horrible that was. Like, that's depressing.
I gave you the option to go the opposite direction. Moments where God endured your happiness.
I don't even know what that means.
I told you outright, word for word definition of what that meant. If you don't pay attention, that's not my fault.
Okay, whatever. You know
what?
I'll
give you another. I'll do another story.
I had a great time at the VIP lounge.
You couldn't have just started with that. No. You son of a. If you sat here and you were like,
so is that what I'm supposed to talk about?
I went to the VIP lounge one time and it was wonderful, and then someone spit in my food that ruined my day.
But nobody did anything that ruined my day.
Okay, but when I brought up the opposite, you could have just gone there like, okay, well, a definite highlight was this.
Yeah, well, the VIP lounge was awesome, and hopefully we will be partaking of that tomorrow.
I'm going to lose it. Also,
on Monday we should have a wonderful Six Flags vlog.
So what I will do is I will jump into a story from when my happiness was affront to God outside of the truck. This is an old story that I know you'll remember, and I was very upset about.
I'll tell you what, I'm really pissed off about this camera not working.
You're going to use it elsewhere anyway, so...
Yeah, I know, but it was exciting because it looked good and everything.
And then it didn't.
Yeah.
So while I tell this story, you ponder some things.
I don't know what
you think about a moment... Well, oh, wow, Walt Disney died. I was really sad.
I wasn't alive.
You're sad now.
I want to talk about happy things.
So I remember there's a particular Christmas that, and you'll remember this when I tell this story.
All right.
Toward the end. There's a particular Christmas when I was a wee lad, and I woke up. And I was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was so happy because I didn't have school for a week. And this wasn't Christmas Day, for context. And we were decorating a Christmas tree and having cinnamon rolls. And I really liked the cinnamon rolls. And I was all happy, decorate a tree. I was putting ornaments up. And then you hand me an ornament and you said, be really, really careful with this one. Because if it breaks, I'll be upset. Which I think you lied to me because you weren't upset. You were very angry. And so I go to put up an ornament, and then I get hit in the back by the front door and drop the ornament, and it shatters. And maybe my childlike mind exaggerated this beyond what it was, but I don't think I've seen you that mad to this day. And I
don't remember this. I mean,
I was crying for like an hour, and then Dave apologized to me, and I never heard shit from you. But
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, well, you were God in that moment, and my happiness was an affront to God apparently, because I didn't even drop the thing. I got hit with a door at the age of like 5, and
I don't even remember it.
it was like the most treasured ornament. I think it was like a 2008 Disney ornament. It was a Disney ornament. I remember that. I'm surprised you don't remember that. Because
No, I don't. I mean, I do remember a dated Disney ornament breaking.
Yeah.
And I actually,
because that you lost.
I actually asked Aunt M to pick one up because they were going down. So I sent or I called. No, I think I called Disney and gave them the SKU number of the ornament on the package, and they were able to send me one or something. I don't know. I got something replaced one time, but I don't know if it was that. I don't even remember that.
That's crazy to me.
I don't even remember it.
You traumatized an 8-year-old.
I'm old. I'm old. Well, a minute ago you were 5.
I don't know. Anywhere from like 5 to 8 and 8 to 10 kind of blend together.
Okay.
I don't know. I love the idea of the new framing I have on this of I traumatized a small child. I don't remember why.
I don't remember this at all.
That's funny because you were like, I don't know. It was like your favorite ornament. And I'm really trying to remember which one it was exactly. Yeah, I really think it was like a dated 2008 ornament, which means I probably was like 8 because I think you either just got it or you got it the year before or something.
Okay, I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't remember.
You know what? You have to. I definitely know a moment from your own life, and I don't even remember the story super clearly, so you'll have to tell it, where your happiness was affront to God. Do you remember telling the story about how you were you got put in a coma from a 2-wheeled vehicle?
Oh, when I fell off the bike?
Yeah. You were so happy, riding my bike, and now I'm dead.
Yeah, so it was the summer before I went into 8th grade. I think it was the summer before I went into 8th grade. It was literally like a week before school started or just a few days. It might have been Labor Day weekend. I don't remember 100%, but it was very close to the start of school, and I was going into 8th grade. So what was I, 13, 14, something like that. And I had just learned that summer how to ride my bike with no hands, basically. So I learned
I've never heard that, dude.
I don't know if you need to mute that or not.
No.
So I learned how to do that. So I was doing that like up and down the street and everything. Well, my front tire hit a little stone, and it was not a big stone at all. It was a little stone, and I lost control. I wasn't able to grab the handlebars quick enough, and I fell over, hit my head, and basically I got knocked out. So like back in the day, everybody knew everybody. So they knew who I was. Like the neighbors knew who I was. I was quite a ways down my street. But the neighbors knew who I was. Somebody went and tried to get my mom. Well, my mom was like kind of like, nope, don't want to see that. So she's down at the end of the street, and my sister happened to be over. So my sister came down, apparently. This is all what I was told because I was unconscious
at this point.
And so my sister came down the street, and the ambulance is coming, and one of the neighbors brought out a blanket and put it over me because I was foaming at the mouth, like I was going into shock and stuff. So the ambulance people were saying, the paramedics, sorry, ambulance people, boy, I sound so ignorant. So the paramedics were asking my sister, they asked, where's her mother? And my sister pointed down the road. She said, down there. And so they put me in the ambulance, took me to the hospital, And apparently they had told my mom and my sister that they almost lost me in the ambulance. And I'm like, how in the world does that even happen, right? So anyway, so I wake up in the hospital, and my sister, I think my sister asked me, my mom or my sister asked me, "Do you remember riding in the ambulance?" I'm like, "No. The last thing I remember, I was riding my bike, and here I am waking up in the hallway of the ER. They were like slammed that day or something. Hallway of the ER under a light. So when I open my eyes, there's this bright light, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm dead, like, so yeah, so that was fun. So I had a concussion, but the good thing is I didn't have to do gym for like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Like, it was kind of crazy.
And do you remember what the first thing you said when you woke up was? Because if I remember correctly, it was pretty damn funny.
No.
I believe maybe it was Aunt Claire that chimed in on this last time you told it, but she was you said you're worried about missing some show.
Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
We were gonna watch. I think it was something coming on HBO, and I don't remember if it was like Smokey and the Bandit or Smokey and the Bandit Part 2, or it was something along those lines. This was back in the 80s, so but it was something coming on, and we were all gonna watch it together that night. And yeah, I did. I asked about the movie, like, did I miss the movie? So,
sorry.
Yeah, and of course, like, don't worry about the movie, like, you're in the hospital. But, yeah, I was definitely concerned about the movie.
So, fun fact, I learned a trick the other day, and it doesn't work if the top can is empty. But do you know why cans have this indent here?
No.
It's
because it's the way the can's made?
Well, no, it's actually a multi-purpose can. So you're supposed to stack the other one on top, and then you crack open the other one.
Oh.
But it only works if the top one's full.
Oh.
I didn't know that, and I wanted to see if it was plausible, and it seems like it's real. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Having a good time on the bike, and then just God was like, Pebble. You'll enjoy a face full of Pebble.
Can I just say something here? I don't like this topic at all.
I mean,
it's just horrible.
I don't know. Fronts to God can be kind of funny. It's horrible to you because you had to live through it, but everyone else gets a kick out of it.
Yeah, but there's nothing to really get a kick out of there.
Yeah, there is.
I fell. I was knocked unconscious. I almost died. Like,
well, you say it like that, it's kind of funny.
Well, how about the time when I was having my wisdom teeth out and they had to put me under? And this was the first time ever I was put under. I had just graduated. Did I just graduate, or was it? Yeah, I had just graduated high school. They had to take my wisdom teeth out, and they were impacted. I think 2 were impacted and 2 weren't, but whatever. I had to go under for the first time ever, and I'm like, oh, I don't, like, I was scared. Like, what was I, 17, 18? I guess I was 18. And so I go in the hospital to have this done, right? And I wake up as I am still on the table. Now, when you have any type of surgery, you are strapped down. I didn't know that. I did not know that I would be strapped down because they don't do it while you're awake. They do it once you're out. They strap you down so that you don't have any involuntary movements or anything. And
in case you wake up, you
can't so I started to wake up and I tried to move. I tried to move my legs, like, like when you're waking up, you start just sort of involuntary moving and stretching and stuff.
Oh no.
And I tried to move and I realized I was trapped. Like, I was trapped. And I started to panic. Now, I couldn't open my eyes because the anesthesia had me still kind of like partially under, like I could not open my eyes. If you've ever had anesthesia, general anesthesia, and you're as you're coming out of it, it's difficult to open your eyes. They're very, very heavy. So I can't open my eyes. I can't move my legs. And And so inside, I'm starting to panic, like, oh my gosh, what is wrong here? What's going on? And I could feel, even though your mouth is numb when they do that, I could still feel the thread of them putting in the stitches, right? And I could feel the thread on the side of my face. And I'm like, what the heck, right? Well, all of a sudden, in the meantime, I'm hearing the monitors going off. And it's beep, 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 beep. I'm like, what the hell? And so, of course, I hear this beeping, and I start to get even more, like, agitated.
Like, am I about to flatline?
Yeah, I get, well, then all of a sudden I hear beep. I'm like, what the hell? Well, and then I heard somebody say, you need to calm her down. We will lose her. You need to calm her down. So the anesthesiologist or somebody, a nurse, somebody, I think it was the anesthesiologist, just talked to me and said, you're almost done. You're still in the OR. You're almost done. And as soon as they talked to me, I calmed right down. But, you know, I'm going, what the hell is going on? Because when you wake up, a lot of times you don't really remember exactly right away. No. You're sort of like disoriented and stuff. So I was very disoriented. And they, you know, they said, just relax. Like, you're going to be done soon. You're strapped down. You know, it's okay. So, yeah. So it was a little crazy. It was definitely a little crazy.
Oh, my God.
First time I've ever woken up during general anesthesia. They didn't give me enough. That's what happened. And I've had general anesthesia one other time, which was essentially fine. I didn't wake up in the middle of them taking my gallbladder out. Praise the Lord. Because that would not have been good.
Okay, so one, had you been like excited to get your wisdom teeth out, then that would have fit a lot better. Or if it was cavities, you could have spun it and been like, I was so happy eating my Reese's cups and I got cavities. But, oh wow, yeah, no, that's like my worst nightmare.
That's a story.
No, it's that's a story.
You wanted a story?
No,
you got one.
That's better than nothing for sure. That really threw me.
It was terrifying.
How I never heard that story is beyond me.
It was terrifying.
There's a similar incident with the Markiplier, and I can talk about this because he's said it on the. It's not like I know him personally. He said this publicly.
Right.
He basically he was at his house with his at the time girlfriend, and he just had like this incredible abdominal pain, and he was so casual about it that he would just, you know, he locked himself in the bathroom. He was in so much pain that he couldn't walk, so he just crawled his way to his bedroom, and he didn't want to wake her up, so he tried like climbing over her because they had a footboard. Mm-hmm. It woke her up, and thank God she took him to the hospital because his appendix was about to explode. Mm-hmm. Well, as they're about to put him down for the emergency surgery they have to do.
Wait, put him down?
As they put him under for the surgery they have to
put him down.
Well, they
is he a dog?
They might as well have mentally, as far as what the nurse walks up and is like, as he's like huffing this anesthesia, she looks at me and just goes, in this exact
that
tone,
would be just an oxygen mask.
Oh,
you don't huff anesthesia.
Whatever. As far as he's concerned, it was like this exact tone of, okay, so we're prepping you for emergency surgery. We have to get this out of you immediately. Also, you have a tumor, but don't worry about that right now. Like in that exact, and he was, in his recollection, he was like, okay, what?
Yeah.
It's like gone. But it's like, that can't be the way to go about that. Also, it's like bad news, worse news. Just like,
jeez.
You were in a car accident. Also, your family's dead, but don't worry about that right now. Right.
Oh my gosh.
your appendix is about to explode. Also, you have a tumor, but don't worry about that right now. Like, who does that to someone? That's the last thing you hear before you go under.
If you were just joining us live, we're Dan, whatever. I don't even know what he called this.
I called it my happiness is a front to God, but I could have just called it fronts to God.
Okay, so so we're just I guess just sort of telling stories. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave those in the chat, and we'll try to answer those
100%
for sure. Even if you're watching this after the fact and you've got questions about anything, leave it in the chat. We'll answer them,
especially after that eventful intro.
That was insane. So listen, guys, so here's
all right. Unplug it.
There we go. So we got ourselves a little GoPro. Look at that. Oh, look at Paul, he's in there. Look. Hello. Look at the glare. Oh, the glare.
Italian flaggers and glares. Oh my.
But yeah, so decided to invest in a GoPro, and I will hopefully be using it this weekend. But if the rain is too much, we need to move our plans. We do have plans to go somewhere fun. Not that anybody is going to be watching this far into the podcast, but I thought that I would share that. Anyway.
I think we're going to change the title to Fronts to God.
You can do that. So, yeah. I
thought you were going to continue your little ad. That really threw me off.
I'm just saying.
That was such a real, so we're going to go somewhere really fun. Okay.
Well, no, I'm just, we might. So we are going out to Six Flags tomorrow, even though it's supposed to rain, because, what is it called? Flavors of the World. That's what it's called. Flavors of the World opens tomorrow. It's Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays through July something, which I don't remember. And Six Flags has announced quite a few other things, but I'll probably touch on those in the vlog tomorrow because I don't remember exactly what all of them are. Right now, the next thing is Flavors of the World. And they did put out the menu, which looks really, really good. In fact,
Anyway, while you do that,
I'm gonna pull that up and I'm gonna tell you all the.
So, I think
all the countries.
Oh, all the countries. Well, there's Wow, I don't remember either.
Oh, there it is.
There's Mexican. I remember being excited about Mexican.
Yeah. Okay, so
Greek, right?
Oh, here we go. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, June 23rd through August 13th. I thought it only went until July, so I wonder if they changed that. But it's running through August 13th. Let's see.
Oh, a food passport. Okay.
Oh, really, Jen? That would be awesome. I haven't really heard much about it other than what is on the app. But that is awesome because I will definitely I'll be digging a food passport. That'll be cool, which I'm assuming, Jen, is you kind of prepay on a little card and then just go up and get stuff at the different booths. I'm assuming that's kind of how that's going to work. That would be awesome because I would toss I don't know, $50 on it and then just go to town. Okay, so wait a minute.
12 sample for the price of 8.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I could probably do that. Am I in the right park right now? Yeah, this new app too sometimes, I kind of like it, but oh no, see, this is Magic Mountain. Okay, those dates were incorrect. Why is this coming up on Magic Mountain? I don't understand.
I don't know, man.
All right,
I don't
let me
know
go
why
here.
you're even on the app at that point.
Here we go. Okay, all right. I knew that was not correct. It does say August 13th on this one. Okay, so it is correct. June 23rd, which is tomorrow, through August the 13th. And it's from 2 p.m. till 8, which is kind of nice, actually. I sort of like that. So, taste the flavors of the world. We have Mexico, Korea, Greece, France, Italy, Caribbean, India. So, see, now you know the food ain't going to look like that, right? But you never know.
You don't know that.
You never know. You never know.
Made by the park.
So
it probably isn't made by the park.
Yeah, so okay, it looks like not all of them, but a couple of them do have some adult beverages, which you know I'm into. There's like Greek wine, French wine. Now this is cool, Italian strawberry soda, which is interesting.
That sounds questionable.
At the Caribbean booth, you've got rum punch and a Bahama Mama. I'm all in on that.
I want that rum.
I am all in on that.
All right. Anyway,
yeah,
that out of the way.
we are going to go tomorrow, and that is really, really cool. So I definitely want to try that passport.
This is a moment where my happiness is a front to God, because I'm not going to be able to be there the whole time.
Well, we're only going to...
Well, I know, we're only going to be there for like an hour
We'll
or two.
yeah, I mean, I figure that...
But it just sucks, because I wish I could be there, like, till 8.
Yeah, but I think that... And it depends on... I don't think it's going to be busy, because it's supposed to be, like, threat of rain tomorrow.
Well, sure.
And so hopefully, we can roll up in there at 2 o'clock at the festival portion, and then we should be able to leave the park no later than 4. Right? Because Dan now works overnights at Amazon. So, like, he needs to get to sleep. So if we get home by 5, he should be able to get to sleep by 6, I would think.
Burp.
Something like that. Because he's got to get up at, 12-ish?
Preferably 12.
Around 12, yeah.
But I've been waking up around, 7, which has been nice because it gives me an hour or two to,
Yeah, well, if you stay up all day, maybe you can go to sleep at 5 and even get up at 11.
Exactly.
Hopefully that'll work for you.
But anyway,
there's my Amazon package.
I didn't do that one. All of ours probably come out Burlington anyway.
Well, I'm getting a little carrying case for the GoPro.
Oh.
So that I don't have to carry that larger case around. I feel like it should be in something because it's so small. And I don't want the lens to get scratched and all that. So I got this
sling.
So I got this cutie little cutie thing. It's very cute. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to Flavors of the World tomorrow.
I plan on getting there when the park opens, but I'm also gonna drive up there just to get used to the vehicle more.
Oh, you're gonna drive yourself? Okay.
Yeah, just so I can get used to the Explorer.
What time do they even open tomorrow? Is it 10:30?
Is it? Maybe.
Blah 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 blah. Sunday? No, wait. Why is this the wrong calendar? 10:30. Yeah, it's 10:30. Yeah, this new app. I think it's just going to take some getting used to. I mean, because I think it looks pretty. Anybody that uses the Six Flags app, you should definitely get the update. Because I imagine that the old one probably isn't going to work very well. I don't know. It's difficult to get used to, I think. It's just weird. Of course, I'm the only one in the family that ever really uses it, but...
Yeah, because why would I ever use that?
I think it'll just take me some time to sort of get used to it.
Why would I drain my battery for no reason?
But yeah, it's 10:30. They open tomorrow, so we'll definitely be hitting up the VIP lounge.
Here's a moment when... No, not really. Never mind.
We actually did not get a chance to talk about the VIP lounge.
So,
and in the vlog, I wasn't able to really get your thoughts on it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the food? I don't
Yeah,
know.
the food was. I thought I talked about that on the.
Maybe. What? Okay, so were you able to taste a little bit of everything that we got?
No, I'm trying to think.
So it was onion rings, it was the fried
Right.
pickles,
I didn't. I actively avoided those though.
the pot stickers, the pretzel bites.
Actively avoided those.
Um
Outside of the things I
there was
actively
something
avoided,
else.
yeah, I know there wasn't. I think I
Oh
tried
well,
everything I wanted to.
yeah, I mean we had the cheese plate
No, yeah, I wouldn't have
which
gone for
had
it.
it had like grapes and stuff on it. It was very good. I think the food there was fantastic. I really
It's better
enjoyed
than
the.
stuff in the park.
Yeah, it was definitely better than regular park food. And I really like the added bonus that you can go get your meal on your meal plan and bring it back to the VIP lounge and eat it
Is that
there.
really a bonus?
I think it is. I do. I think because
I think
it's
that was expected.
because
It
it's
should have been expected if it wasn't.
yeah, I mean I think that
I
so
think
you
if they
can
didn't do that, it would have been just a negative.
I mean it's like a guaranteed place to sit and eat in the shade, a little bit cooler, especially if it's hot out.
I'm really trying to pull my
We
thoughts.
did not have the veggie hummus platter, unfortunately. We decided to skip it because John and I really aren't big hummus people. But literally over the weekend, this is great. We went to an Armenian restaurant, so like a Middle Eastern restaurant, and hummus was ordered for the whole table. So we decided to try it. Like he would eat it before I would, and I've never ever liked it. So we tried it and it was so smooth. I was like, okay, I really like this. So
Well, yeah, hummus
I
is
think
supposed to
I
be
might
smooth.
attempt to try the hummus platter maybe at Six Flags and just see cuz usually it's the texture that I don't like and I'm not fond of the taste, but this one I had over the weekend I'm like, "Oh, that's really good." So I don't know. I might try the hummus platter. But it was good, Jen. I mean, you said you liked it. Would you say that that's something that's worth getting again? Like it's worth going in there and getting that?
Yes, yes. They opened VIP lounge to everyone. Yep.
Yeah, we really
My
enjoyed it. We played a lot of cornhole. And we watched the turtles.
yeah, those
Okay.
those
All
turtles
right,
are
Jen.
pretty large. Um,
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed. I think the pot stickers were my favorite. The
I
flavor was so good.
I'll tell you what I hope won't be my happiness being a front to God is when we go to Six Flags for the gaming stuff.
Oh yeah, when does that start?
That's really concerning to me.
When does the gaming stuff start? I
I
forget.
thought you said it was this weekend. But
Di- I didn't think it was.
I don't know numbers, man.
It might. All right, wait. I texted it to you, right?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, because that was something that also, let's see. Oh, July 1st.
Okay,
July
yeah.
1st through September 4th is
That's
I gotta
weird.
blow it up.
Once
Is
inside
the
our
gaming fest.
once inside our custom gaming houses. Is it called Gaming
You
Fest? Oh, it is.
Yeah, you want to just read the whole thing?
Ready to challenge your friends at Six Flags this summer? Gaming Fest is live at Six Flags parks near you from July 1st to September 4th. Once inside our custom gaming houses, you'll enjoy an elevated gaming and sports experience. See, that's weird. And sports experience, usually only reserved for the pros. Long story short, you can't get this experience at home. Immersed in cutting edge technology and design, you'll compete against other local gamers eager to flex their skills, ready to get your game on. Once you're in the park, use the app to reserve your spot. Wait, and get ready to play GLHF.
Mm.
Wait, hold
And
on.
it says once you're in the park, you reserve your spot.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
GLH.
I don't know.
Like, that's not a great adventure.
When you're-
that's not a game.
When you're talking gaming stuff, I have no
but
idea.
That's not a gaming thing.
So, but remember we had discussed probably I would take a day off.
Oh, good luck, have fun.
Oh, okay.
So-
That I would take a day off
Yeah.
on a day that you're off, and we'll go up there and
So-
check it out.
Yeah, so
It would be great if we could go on the
Also
first,
thank-
but we won't be
also
able to.
thank you, Jen.
Yes, I gave her the thumbs up while you were reading.
But yeah, for context, this is already full of just random PR. It's like half of this paragraph
Yeah.
is bullshit.
But we're gonna still check it
'Cause-
out. Like,
No, I'm excited, but I almost want to call this just like straight up lies, because when you say you'll enjoy an elevated gaming and sports experience only reserved for the pros, that's not a thing in gaming. There's no, like, you can make whatever those guys have at your house. That's
Okay.
not like, there's no like proprietary technology that like the general public can't get their hands on.
all right, well,
And a lot of
it's probably like a huge screen too.
it probably is. Well, no, that'd be bad if it's a huge
Well,
screen.
no, I'm saying like if it's like tournament style.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is probably like a big screen in the theater or something.
Oh, you think like
It
for
might.
spectators?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That's what I'm
okay.
talking about. I mean, I'm excited to check it out,
I
even
am
though I'm
very
not
excited.
a gaming person. I just want to see it.
I'm very, very excited.
And you know what's cool is like,
I'm just skeptical based off some of the language they used.
while you're doing that, I can go over to the food festival. Because it's only Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you won't be able to go. So, because you can only go possibly Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Those are basically your
Yeah.
only days. All right. Well, we'll figure something out for sure. Beginning of July, we should figure something out. I've been taking a lot of time off work the past couple of weeks. We've had like crazy times the past couple of weeks.
It's just weird. Some of the language they used in there. It has me. I'm cautiously optimistic, but it is.
Yeah.
The language is concerning in some spots.
Anyway, I mean, I am I am excited that they are really trying to put some
There's
festivals
life. There's
out
life.
there.
I will say.
The
I
cute,
cannot fault them there.
right, and the cute little things they're doing for entertainment, like with the PJ relay, the pie eating, the little scavenger hunt thing. Like, I like all of that. At least it's something else. And the entertainment, really, you're using guests to create that entertainment, which is fantastic. I really think that they're trying. I think that they're listening.
I notice a difference.
Yeah, and I mean, I enjoy having like something to do, like, oh, let's go see the relay at 2 o'clock. Let's go, that kind of thing. I like that.
I will say though, I do wish they announced ahead of time what games were going to be there.
Right, but check this out though. So you've got the Gaming Fest going on starting July 1st.
Mhm.
You have Flavors of the World Friday through Sunday up until August 13th. So you've got like a couple of things there going on at the same time, like that.
And there's something else starting toward the end of.
And there's going to be fireworks. I think it starts July 1st.
And Fright Fest is right around the corner from.
Oh my
all
gosh. Let's not even talk about Fright Fest yet.
There's a lot now.
I know
I'm
that.
happy with this.
By the way, speaking of Fright Fest, Scares for Cares will be happening the first 3 Saturdays of Fright Fest. And we've got a ton of volunteers already. I think 47, 30, 40, something like that. We got a lot of volunteers already.
Well,
and we're not even there yet. So
well,
it's going to be pretty awesome.
Let's put it this way. I don't know about you. This was interesting. and really broken at the beginning.
Oh
But-
yeah, the beginning of this podcast was.
But besides that, it was pretty.
Woo!
Besides that, it was pretty good.
Y'all got to see some of our technical difficulties that we were having earlier.
You
that,
saw some,
that we thought were fixed, and then
new things happened.
and then they were still fixed, but then something else happened. It was just it was
Anyway.
insane.
So
Like we usually don't have that many issues, but we were also trying to do something a little different.
yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
if you guys have any, yeah, I see that. If you guys have any fronts to God, let us know in the comment section below. Seriously though, hope you guys have a good day or two here. Good weekend.
Right, I just want to make sure that there was nothing else.
There is nothing.
Yeah,
else.
I don't see anything.
Anyway, hope you guys have a good weekend.
Wait, we're actually ending this
Yeah.
before an hour?
It's
Wow.
basically an hour.
Well, you know,
You
because the first
derailed everything every chance I tried to throw something out.
what I don't know how to do it.
I'll send you some learning material or something. I don't know.
I
Anyway,
mean, you know,
if you guys have any
I
fronts to
feel like-
God, let us know in the comment
I feel
section.
like this should be classy.
What the hell is wrong with you? Did you see the beginning of this? And when's the
Well,
last time we
that
had?
was,
and
that
when's
was
the last?
pretty classy.
And when's the last time we had a podcast before this one?
2, 3 weeks
And
ago.
before that,
3 weeks. I don't
3
know.
years?
I don't know.
try 3 years.
Look,
Anyway,
we're going to try to get more consistent with the podcast. I probably should have said this in the beginning, although had I said it in the beginning, you all wouldn't have heard it because we were having technical difficulties.
no, they would have heard it.
But if you
The
are
audio
not,
wasn't messed up.
yeah, but when it was messed up,
It wasn't.
no, it was at one point. Remember, you had to readjust
Yeah,
them.
for 2 seconds.
Okay, but
And that
anyway,
wasn't even the beginning.
anyway. So if you were finding us for the first time or the second, third, fifth time and you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn those notifications on so you know when we go live. We're going to try to go live every week, hopefully on Thursdays.
Don't lie.
But life happens sometimes, but we are really going to try.
Life comes at you
And we're gonna
fast.
and we're going to try
Yes.
and we're going to try to be and we're going to try to be earlier than we were tonight.
You
The
know that-
technical difficulties really had us thrown.
You know the guy that did those ads before he even like became an actor or anything?
which ads?
The Life Comes at You Fast.
Okay.
He lost like half his fingers in an accident, and then I guess he got them like put back on. But when I was watching,
Is his name Stubby now?
no, I have 2 kids. Wait, I have 2. Oh, one as a kid. Okay. Wow, my brain did not read that right.
Jumped on my back while swimming. And the other
I jumped on my back while swimming, and the other I was learning in my car to turn on my hazards. To turn my hazards on, and someone hit me head on. Yeah, that your happiness was a front to someone.
Whoa!
I got a new car. Ah!
Whoa! That's insane!
See, she got it immediately.
Wow!
That is wild. I'm so happy. I have a new car, and then car is gone instantly.
Car wasn't gone, but I have like a car story real quick. Should I
Alright.
tell it real fast?
All right. Does it involve padiddle?
No, it does not.
Oh.
Well,
Ah!
it could, depending on how you interpret
It
it.
depends on how
depends
you
on
interpret it. There was a padiddler in the back of the car, but it wasn't playing the game.
So
You're thinking
it was
of-
when Dave was young,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was going to the babysitter to pick him up. So he was under 2 or 3 or whatever, and oh wow, that's
Damn.
crazy. So I was waiting at a red light. There was a car in front of me, and as we're waiting there, the light turns. The car starts to go. I think there might have been another car yet ahead of them. Yeah. So car goes out a little too soon into the intersection, but they were still okay.
Mhm.
Cars coming this way goes like through the red light, hits this car, right? Bounces off,
Mhm.
goes up and around,
Mhm.
goes in between the car that was in front of me and me. Like, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a car in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm behind.
Yeah,
The
and it went
car
in between.
comes this way and hits me in the front, like the front corner of the
Yeah,
car.
so you were only missing one headlight.
I think the headlight might have been smashed, but I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
All I know is that the car was big enough that I barely felt it. All I could do, there was literally nothing I could do. I couldn't back up because there was somebody too close behind me.
Well,
I
even
just,
then, the
I
reaction
saw the
time-
guy. I saw the guy come in, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I gripped the steering wheel and put my foot on the brake as hard as I could, and that was it. And I think he may have pushed me into the person behind me, if I'm not mistaken. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then here he comes, and it wasn't even that fast. It was almost like this slow roll just coming out, and I'm going, holy crap. That was insane. I
Interesting.
mean, thank God I wasn't injured or anything. So Jen, was that all that it was? Like, you just got, like, what exact, like, what happened to your leg? Was it just like a what am I trying to say? Not a scratch.
I mean, it was something.
Right.
A gash. A scratch, a gash. Maybe
Like, did
she
you-
had to do hash.
Yeah, like, did you have like a broken bone or something, or was it just like this crazy, like, I don't want to call it, it's not a scratch. That's not what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what the hell you're looking for here. I can't help you.
I don't know.
Just put the flesh wound.
I guess just a yeah, a flesh wound. I mean, that's, it's not funny, but anyway, yeah. I mean,
You can joke about things that have already happened. I won't go there. Never mind.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you can joke about things that happened. I do it all the time. Like, there used to be 2 towers, and now there's not as much.
It might,
anymore.
not for nothing, Dan. It might be too soon for that. That one's kind of hard, man.
It's, what's even.
I don't mind making fun of the sub.
You know what's even more messed up? The amount of movies I've now recognized that came out in 2001 showing the towers.
Oh yeah,
That's
the first movie I saw. I don't remember which movie it was, but the first time I saw a movie after 9/11 that had a shot of the towers in it, I was like,
not to mention sacrilege, but not to mention Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
That came out that year.
Did it come out that year? Not the original Home Alone. No,
Home Alone 2.
It came out that late?
Yeah, because
when you were a year old, Home Alone 2 came out?
Yep.
I didn't think so.
I only know that because someone was watching it and brought up that it came out in 2001 because the towers were still there.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, there's a shocking amount of movies that, like, I think one of them's Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It starts off with, like, the kids on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And no, sorry, it wasn't Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It was Super Bad. It's a comedy, but it starts off with them on a bus, and one of the kids is drawing King Kong throwing planes off the Twin Towers because the perspective, and that came out in 2001.
Wow.
And that's like,
I think there was a movie, Jen. That's great news that you weren't seriously.
Oh, that's
hurt.
awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. There was a movie, and I don't remember what it was, and I probably never will. But there was a movie that came out that they were actually talking about photoshopping the towers out, or like leaving that scene completely out because of it.
I actually know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get, like, you were only a year old when that happened. So for you to kind of joke about it, maybe that's a good topic for the next podcast.
Maybe.
Is like disasters and things that
even
that are okay to joke about, and disasters that are not okay to joke about.
Even then, though, for me, it's always been like the closest thing I can relate it to is.
Oh my word!
All right. The closest thing I can relate to is like even with the car wreck I was in like a few days ago, I was immediately cracking jokes as soon as I got out.
Right.
Because
Right.
like,
I
as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to comedy, nothing's off the table.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like
there are a lot of people that are that thought process.
I feel like the only, like, let's say, like, disaster that I don't think I've ever made fun of has been 9/11. I don't think so. But
wow,
like I've
that
made
was
fun
a bad
of,
impulsive thought.
but I've made fun of the Challenger blowing up. I've made fun of obviously the submarine.
How do you even make fun of the challenge? I mean, I
Okay.
can see it in the context of like a comparison joke.
Well, see, you were not even thought of yet.
Yeah, sure.
But do you know who Krista McCullough is?
I know that name.
Okay, well, she was the teacher.
It's been so long since.
She was the teacher on board the Challenger.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah.
We really should have saved this for another podcast, but anyway.
Continue.
So she was the teacher going up in the Challenger, and now here's this is actually a pretty good story. Your grandmother told me a joke about Krista McCullough and the Challenger blowing up.
So it wasn't as general as like a lot of the 9/11 jokes.
She said she said to me, because this was a joke she heard and she thought it was funny, and she said to me, "What color were Krista McCullough's eyes?" McCullough or McCullough,
Yeah.
but anyway, what color were her eyes?
Yeah, I know where that's going.
You're supposed to say, I don't know.
Orange.
Blue. One blue that way, one blue that way.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
And I was like, Mom. And she said, well, it's true. And I'm like, okay.
That is such a real reaction.
I never forgot.
Oh, it's true.
I never forgot that. Well, and she even said, she's like, she probably shouldn't have been there anyway. Like she was very opinionated about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, on the one hand, I agree. This is going to go in a whole nother area. But on the one hand, I agree. There are places that humans do not belong.
I thought you were going to say there are places teachers should be and places teachers shouldn't be.
Deep
sea diving,
deep sea, and outer space. Why are you? Why? Like,
more importantly,
and my whole thing is, like, fine, you want to do that, fine, but when you die doing it, I'm cracking jokes. Well, I'm sorry that people die, but at the same time, it's like, how could you be so stupid? Like, all of the signs are there telling you, don't do this.
You know what? In a way, that exact logic applies to 9/11 for me. You don't belong in the air. Don't get on a plane. Granted, that wasn't like a mechanical fault in that scenario.
And I agree. Well, now I agree. You know, if we were supposed to fly, we'd have wings. However, I give a slight margin to air travel because it is specific travel to a place. It's not exploration. You know what I mean? Like, to me, there's a slight difference there. And I don't fly a lot, but
I think I disagree with the notion on that front.
Because it's like a train, a bus, a plane. Like, it's a mode of travel. Whereas
at some point,
you
those places had to be explored to know that you needed to go there.
Well, yeah.
France didn't always exist.
Yeah, but, well, actually, it existed before the U.S. did. But,
yeah, no, I'm saying, but it didn't always. You didn't know that France existed at one point, so you couldn't have gone there. Like, these things had to be explored to be.
Well, yeah, and at that time, it was by boat,
right?
You know,
yeah.
So, yeah, like I get that, but as a mode of transportation, I'm cool with it, whatever. But when you're out there, when you want to go explore space, you want to go explore deep sea, you want to go sightseeing to the Titanic, this is going to sound really, really harsh, but You know what you're getting into when you get into a rocket or a space shuttle or whatever. You know what you're getting into when you're jumping into a submarine or you're strapping an oxygen tank on your back or whatever. You know what you're getting into.
I think the only difference is here is that the billionaires didn't.
And
the CEO
so-
definitely
they
messed some people up.
They knew what they were getting into. They had to sign a waiver.
Well, yeah, they knew the
And-
risks associated with a submarine, not with what this jackass put together out of tinfoil.
And this will sound harsh, but you kind of deserve it. If something happens to you, it's like you knew the risks, you knew what you were doing.
There's a level to it.
Whatever.
Because for me, if it's one of those things, if you go and you're putting money into a hedge fund, you know the risks. But if you put money into a hedge fund that winds up being a scam, that's not your fault now, because you didn't know the actual risk. That's in my eyes, that's what's going on with these billionaires. They didn't know the actual risk.
I don't think so.
Because this dude was making submarines out of tinfoil.
Yeah, but did you read like who they are? Like one was a professional deep sea diver. I forget the other guy. They all had some sort of deep sea knowledge.
They didn't know the ins and outs of this vessel. And clearly the one person that did backed out.
No, that wasn't for this trip. It was for another trip. Something else.
But I'm saying the one person that knew
did
so they had the same level of knowledge that guy had.
Crazy?
They wouldn't.
You know what's crazy is the CEO got on this thing with them.
Well, yeah.
So
he's a psycho.
of course, that's going to give you
false confidence. Yeah,
that's going to give you confidence. He's getting on it.
You basically scammed them out of their lives.
And it's like, dude. In fact, you know what? I'm reading this. I don't care.
Anyway, so what I was gonna say though was one of my favorite jokes. Speaking of tragedies, it was a sketch by Gus Johnson where if John Wilkes Booth sneezed, and that is one of my favorite bits maybe ever. Just the whole thing is he's going to assassinate Lincoln, but right before he's about to do it, he sneezes and he turns around. He's like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
No. So I'm just gonna read this. Like, nobody's gonna be watching at this point anyway, but one day for posterity, I'll watch this back and be like, oh man, I was kind of like geared up about this. So the CEO of Ocean Gate. Ocean Gate. It's called Ocean Gate. So he told CBS News, this is what he said, and I don't know when this was. It might have been a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You know there's a limit. At some point, safety is just a pure waste. I mean, if you just want to be safe, don't get out of bed. Don't get in your car. Don't do anything. At some point, you're going to take some risk. And it really is a risk-reward question. I think I can do this just as safely by breaking the rules. This guy was not about safety. There were no backup systems. There was nothing. And I can't.
Well, dude,
I'm sorry. If I was paying $250,000, have you seen? You saw the inside of it, right?
I saw everything.
It's literally, there are no seats.
Well, in all fairness,
it's literally just nothing in there. No seats. You have to sit crisscross applesauce, and only one person can stretch their legs out at a time. And this was supposed to be a 7-hour trip. You're out of your freaking mind if you pay $250,000 for this.
You know what I think his lawyers might try to argue?
Ocean Gate needs to give those families the money back too.
I just thought about like 2 seconds there. They didn't lose that much. But I just thought about this for like 2 seconds. You know, I bet their lawyers are going to try and argue was that backup systems wouldn't have prevented anything because it imploded.
And that's possible. I mean, they still have to investigate.
Well, I bet that, like, because obviously this is going to go to court and whatever.
Well, and the other thing is,
I bet that'll be the argument they run with.
Well, they're going to have to put new procedures and things in place. There's going to have to be new rules set and new. Because And then who
They
really
probably won't enforce new rule, maybe one new rule, but they probably won't because this dude just didn't follow any of them.
right, and that's a freaking issue. Like,
Yeah, it's called illegal.
I mean, the hell, man.
Yeah, if someone, killed my neighbor, I would call that an issue too.
But then isn't there, I mean, there's got to be some type of freaking inspection. Like, and
Yeah,
I don't think there was.
Okay. There's an inspection process, and he actively ignored it.
Well, it's my understanding after, because this Titan had gone down 2 or 3 times prior to this, like back in
he had foregone
2018
inspection.
and 2020, something like that. I know that it's been on other missions, and it was inspected prior to, because when it goes on missions, it can get weak, and supposedly, I was listening to somebody today, supposedly it was inspected to make sure that it was sound.
I don't think it was the...
Well, they were, I forget what they...
Maybe they looked at it, but it was not like a proper inspection or whatever.
I forget what they call it, but they were trying to... they were descending too fast. And they had gotten... So a message went out, like, I forget what they call it, but they were basically trying to...
So he was speeding.
They were trying to... No, like, it was too heavy. They needed to try to dump some weight, and I forget what that's called. It's called something.
Bellowing. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I'm done with this podcast right now. I'm tired. I want to go lay down.
All right. But anyway, so they had gotten that message, and then right after that is when they lost communications. So they must have been trying to correct what was going on, and I think the pressure of the water, as they were going too quickly, and the pressure just made it go boom.
Well, that's what happens when you use an Xbox off-brand controller.
I thought it was a pretty good controller, wasn't it?
No.
Logitech, whatever.
Yeah, it's not a good controller.
That's not a good name brand.
It's not a name brand when you're talking about console controllers.
Did they get it at the dollar store?
It's probably not that bad. But no, that's why I was talking.
Well, the lights were for Camping World.
No. So that's some of the hull was from Camping World. No, that's why I was like, this dumbass using a Mad Catz. That's a really old brand that doesn't exist anymore. But you could have gotten a better controller from the dollar store. That shit never worked.
I mean, the controller it doesn't matter. The thing just, it blew up. I mean,
well, if it wasn't using a controller and maybe had more than one button inside.
I'm telling you, you will not see me in anything like that. No kind of, I'm not going to space, and I'm not going to under the sea.
I'd be okay with it if I knew it was like NASA or a Navy vessel.
Even still, I just wouldn't. Because I get, it's like,
it's the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
Your sources.
No, see, I wouldn't even get on a Navy sub. I wouldn't do it.
You just gotta check your sources.
Not for me, man. It's not for me.
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying if I'm going to do it, I'm not gonna go to fucking.
Because as soon as we go under the water, I would be like freaking out.
I wouldn't be freaking out. I'd be like, all right, I'm committed. I would be. This is.
Yeah, no, I'd be freaking out. I'd be a nutcase.
Okay.
Crazy. I would feel like I was suffocating. Like I would just like freak out.
That's cool.
It totally isn't. So not. All right, so yeah, maybe we'll I don't know. I don't know if we should talk about disasters on the next one. It kind of brings the mood down.
No, it really doesn't.
I think it brings it down.
All right, I'm going to do a magic trick, okay?
You are?
Yeah, so I have...
This is a long podcast. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I started rambling, though.
I hated it.
We need to
Anyway,
start the rambling earlier.
So I tried to get you to do that, and you refused.
Yeah, but
you outright refused.
I didn't get it. You should have warned me ahead of time.
Anyway.
Next time, tell me the topic.
So we
What the heck? The cord is all wrapped up in my foot. What's going on here?
There's a couple towers over here. I'm gonna make them disappear.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are we going?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. It was great being here again, and we should be with you next week. So, yeah, that's it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye. Peace.